Hi, and welcome back to Miami Television News. I'm Ariel Wiley.
And I'm Julianna Pikus. Thanks for joining us. MTN reporter Katie Espolita went on the scene of Spectrum's 5th annual Pride Parade and got to speak with some of the members about what the parade means to them.
This is Katie Espolita reporting for Miami Television News, and today we're here at the Uptown Park for the LGBTQ Pride Parade. This parade concludes the week-long festivities sponsored by the Miami University organization Spectrum in honor of the 2013 LGBTQ Awareness Week. Today we're here with some students and community members who are here to show their support and march from High Street to Shriver. Let's talk to some students about why they're here today and what the personal significance of this week and this march is for them.
It's really cool to be down here for the Pride Parade because back up north where I'm from, we didn't have a big LGBT presence, so to actually come down here and have a lot more of a community is just really cool to be part of.
Well, I'm here today because as someone who identifies as queer, this is a great way of showing people that we are here, we exist, and we're friendly and we're fun. And I feel that this parade is a wonderful way of just kind of coming together as a group and just feeling solidarity with each other.
We're excited to have everybody here today. This is our 5th annual Pride Parade, and this is our chance to bring together and celebrate the LGBT and allied community. We're very excited to be here.
I graduated in '88, 25 years ago. We were meeting in basements and in private. So proud of where we are today, making history, making a legacy at Miami.
Everyone deserves a world in which we're all equal and all have the same opportunities as each other, and Miami has made great strides in being more inclusive and more welcoming to people, and this is something that we're pleased to help continue to be the case.
As you can see, the Miami students really have to support today. This is Katie Espolita reporting for Miami Television News. Back to you.
If you started registering for fall, you may have noticed some changes. The days of drop ad slips will hopefully come to an end as Miami launches its new way to register for courses. Changes include a new 6-block time schedule to keep classes from overlapping and a pick list that helps students request classes. Changes will also include a shortening of the semester itself and the addition of a winter term. Miami Register David Sauter says this new system will give more power to the students and help those trying to graduate in a 4-year time span.
Miami has a great track record of sending graduates into the world by giving them a basis to be creative and start something new. Caitlin Butts tells us more in today's Young Professionals.
A recent trend among Americans has been cause bracelets, such as the yellow Livestrong bracelet to help fight against cancer. Recent Miami alum Kevin Collum's approach to this problem was switcheroos.
I immediately texted my dad my idea, and when his response was a promising one, I knew we were onto something.
Switcheroos are cause bracelets with interlocking and customizable links. Their slogan is 10 colors, 1 cause, beat cancer. When you purchase these bands, 10% of the proceeds are donated to help support the cause.
Our message is to fight cancer, and with each sale, we are getting that message out more and more.
Switcheroos doesn't limit bands to one color, but people have the opportunity to customize their look and give back at the same time.
We are working hard on getting switcheroos into more retail stores and continuing to push our message of fighting cancer. And if we play our cards right, we might be able to make this thing big.
Collum has found his adventure to be very rewarding and encourages all young professionals to follow their dreams.
It is possible to have an idea and make it a reality. All it takes is a real desire to do so and the willingness to realize that it won't happen overnight.
This is Caitlin Butts reporting for Miami Television News.
Chinese authorities have traced a rare and deadly form of bird flu to pigeons on sale in Shanghai. The city is shutting down all its live poultry markets as a result and taking other drastic measures to contain the outbreak. Reporting for MTN is CNN's David McKenzie from Beijing.
At least half a dozen people have died from a highly unusual strain of bird flu in eastern China, according to Chinese health authorities. In recent days, experts say it's H7N9, an unusual strain of bird flu because it has never infected humans before. Authorities are at pains to show that they are rapidly responding to this virus that they say at this point cannot be transferred from human to human. They have closed off markets in Shanghai of live poultry, and they went into a trading zone and culled at least 20,000 chickens, ducks, geese, and pigeons on Friday after the bird flu strain was found amongst the pigeon population. Further afield in Hong Kong, authorities saying that they are watching incoming passengers from China very closely The same can be said for regional airports. Even further afield, the Center for Disease Control in the US says it will work on a vaccine that could take up to 6 months, though. Chinese authorities are trying to allay any fears from the population that is very wary of information distribution here because of a checkered history of responses to outbreaks. David McKenzie, CNN Beijing.
After the break, MTN has more on Miami's softball season and what they're up to.
We'll be right back.
MTN reporter Gabriella Williams spoke with some of Miami's softball players and their head coach to see how they've been hitting the season out of the park.
It's a new era for the defending MAC East Division softball champions, with Clarissa Crowell, Red Hawks' new head coach, opening the 2013 season. Recently, the Miami University softball team came out on top, sweeping a doubleheader Tuesday, April 2nd. The team won the first game 5-4 in 8 innings and finished the night winning 6-2 over Butler.
The team's very different than the teams that I've been used to in the past. I think just Miami as a whole it's a different culture here. We always talk about family and having that family-like atmosphere, and I really feel that Miami embodies that.
Like coming to college, I didn't have to meet friends. Like as soon as I came here, I already had 20 friends. Like as soon as I stepped on campus, so having another family away from home is really nice too.
That was really my main focus, was just having a relationship with the team and liking the campus and having a good academic school.
But as far as the team, they were coming off a great year, and I've got some big shoes to fill, and I'm just excited to be here at Miami. I'm very, very fortunate and blessed to have the opportunity to be the head coach here.
It is great to hear that Miami softball is doing well. We wish the best with the rest of the season. Go Red Hawks.
The country is going to the dogs. Well, not really, but according to the Humane Society of the U.S., there are approximately 78 million dogs and 86 million cats owned by Americans. And many owners claim to sleep with their pets. Is this a healthy idea? It all depends. CNN's Susan Hendricks is reporting for MTN with today's Health Minute.
When David Dreher married Kristen Grimm last October, he knew he would be sharing a bed, not only with his wife, but also with her dog. Space was limited.
I like to spread out and stretch across the bed. That's certainly hard to do when he's lying right next to you.
David and Kristen live with their dogs, Olivia and Hudson. Hudson shares the bed with them, causing a few awkward moments.
David gets in his spot, I get in my spot, and the best case scenario is then Hudson's in the middle. But sometimes if then David gets up to go brush his teeth, of course, then Hudson will move into his spot.
But both owners don't mind because the dogs are like part of the family.
It's by and large a safe activity, but the pet needs to be healthy.
Doctors say although they can keep you warm at night, sleeping with cats and dogs can affect your sex life, cause allergies, put you in danger of certain diseases, such as Lyme disease, and interrupt your sleep patterns.
We call that sleep fragmentation, and you tend to be less rested, tend to be less alert. The ability to concentrate is diminished, memory may be impaired.
But there is the element of companionship. David suffers from some allergies, but he doesn't mind. He and Kristen agree there's a certain comfort to having a pet in bed. For today's Health Minute, I'm Susan Hendricks.
Brick Street is known for its themed weekday nights. Monday, karaoke. Tuesday, 90s night. Wednesday is no longer Piano Man. It is now Country Music Night as of March 27th. When asked why Piano Man will no longer occur on Wednesday, Mark Wiseman, owner of Brick Street, said, "It came down to support, and I think it just ran its course." Mark is not upset about the ending of Piano Man, but excited about Country Night. Wednesday now addresses what Mark feels more and more students are listening to. Typically, there will be a DJ playing country, but on some nights there will be live artists performing. Even better, those 21 and up, there is a special for $1.50 Natty Lights in brown paper bags. Theme on, Miami.
Its signs are all over campus in about every color you can imagine. Major aspects of the Miami Metro are changing for the 2013-2014 school year. Our Julia Starr reports.
My name's Julia Starr on behalf of Miami Television News, and I'm here at the Schreiber bus station to talk to you about the 2013-2014 new bus schedule.
Starting in August 2013, the Butler County Regional Transit Authority is going to pick up responsibility for the transit routes that run through Miami University's campus and in Oxford, with the Butler County Regional Transit Authority taking responsibility for these routes. It'll become a public transit system open to the general public for a traditional fare, but still available to Miami University students, faculty, and staff by showing their ID card and not having to pay a fare. The schedule was developed in conjunction with some transportation consultants. The goal of the circulation master plan was to have transit that covered each of the areas of campus with reasonable headways, that is, the time between the buses. So the new routes, you can see behind me, this is a draft of what some of the routes will look like, is still in development. We're looking for a lot of comments from people who ride the buses, people who will use the buses to help us.
So do you feel like the bus system, lots of people use it, or are you seeing a lot of empty buses going around on campus?
Especially in the morning when I ride it, there's a ton of people, especially on the green bus, because I can barely get off of it when I need to. So I think it would be very detrimental if we didn't have the bus system.
Right now I'm on the green bus, and this bus takes you all around campus. Okay, so on the buses on campus, how often would you say that you take the bus?
Every day, almost every morning and afternoon, to take home and go to school.
And the majority of those times you're taking them to classes and stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now for the next year, they're coming up with a new bus system, and I was wondering if you see that there would be any improvements on the bus system that they could possibly do.
Yeah, probably add more routes to another area so we can easily go to Walmart or something. But I think we have already had orange to Walmart, right? Mm-hmm. So I think the school bus is doing a really good job for me at least. So I'm really satisfied. And yeah, if get any improvement, I'm really glad.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Charging your cell phone at your bedside may be part of your nightly routine, but firefighters in Missouri warn it could be dangerous. MTN learned more from CNN's Jonah Kaplan.
A phone charger is an electrical device. Electrical devices have been known to fail and cause fires. Those devices can start to heat up as you leave them plugged in, so there's always that potential there.
Ozark Fire Captain Andy Mooneyham says cell phone chargers, like anything else plugged in, need space to breathe. This setup, and this setup won't work.
Bedding, clothing, tables, papers, you don't put anything close that are small combustibles that could lead to a fire pretty quickly.
You don't even have to be charging your phone, too.
People don't think that when they're plugged into walls, if nothing's plugged into them, that they won't draw current, but those chargers can still pull a current from your electrical source, which produces heat, which can lead to a fire.
But why would that be a danger and not a plugged-in TV or computer? Bradley Gatton is a repairman at Wireless Warehouse in Springfield.
Well, a cell phone's not going to have a fan or anything inside of it like a computer does. For example, you can actually hear the noise from my computer running now. When a cell phone tends to heat up, the only mechanism that it has to cool down is the actual air around it. So when you trap a cell phone underneath a pillow or a blanket or anything like that, or you lay it under yourself, it's actually going to trap the air around it and not allow it to cool down properly.
You also don't want to overcharge.
What happens when a phone keeps charging is that the battery keeps accepting voltage coming in, and that's actually what makes the battery heat up, which will cause the phone to possibly overheat and malfunction, or potentially cause a fire.
Now to Dr. Sam Ribler of the Mass Communication Department, talking about the Film Capstone course and how it will now be offered in the fall for seniors.
I co-teach the 414B capstone class with Dr. David Scholey. We've been doing this for about 5 years now, and it's one of my favorite classes to teach. One of the coolest things about this capstone class is watching students mature from the beginning of the semester to the end of the semester. So from the beginning of the semester until the weekends where we do principal photography, we kind of turn the class from being a class into being a film crew. Traditionally, the class had been offered in the spring, with the thought process being that toward the end of spring, when we're doing most of our principal photography, things should be warming up a little bit, maybe things are greening up outside, so if there are outdoor scenes, that was helpful. Plus, we're not all bundled up and trying to shoot stuff in sub-zero temperature. What happened was, though, that we were running into problems with scheduling. So, for instance, this past spring, we had spring break, and then following that pretty closely was Easter weekend. So usually we try to do 2 consecutive weekends of production, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 2 weekends in a row. This year we had to split those up because we had spring break, everybody came back, we were able to shoot for 1 weekend, the next weekend was Easter weekend, and then we had to do our second weekend of principal photography after that. And you lose a little bit of momentum and continuity, I think, when you work it that way. So hopefully in the fall we can keep the weekends consecutive. The approach we take to teaching the capstone class is that we run this, it's a short feature film, so we run that like we would any production. We're fortunate to have Midwest Grip and Lighting from Cincinnati give us a lot of equipment to work with. We have a couple of alums who come back and work with us, so this is a very good experience for students, a very good opportunity to be able to work with equipment and to learn techniques. The other thing that enters into it is group dynamics. So production is very much a team sport, and this gives an opportunity for people to kind of get used to working out differences with other people, get along with them, and kind of maximize what they can do as a team rather than as a...
Thank you for joining us today. I'm Ariel Wiley.
And I'm Julianna Pikus. Have a great day.